Hey everyone, the theme of tonight's class is restoration because it is about 1,000,000 degrees in Denver today. And it's 1,000,000 degrees in this 100-year-old home that has a couple of swamp coolers struggling to get it to a livable temperature because it's basically outside in here at all times, all 4 seasons, or I guess we have 3 seasons in Denver, winter, summer, and mud season. So anyway, restoration. And the source material for this is called the 5 koshas. It's basically a philosophy that says you have 5 layers or sheaths around yourself, and you have to look after them to have a healthy and balanced life. So that's the woo-woo part. Well, no, here comes the woo-woo part. So these sheaths are your physical, the outer one, then energy and breath, then mind and emotions, and then wisdom, and then bliss. And today we're taking care of our wisdom layer by taking it a little bit easier while it's 99 degrees outside. Anyways, and we're going to begin with a seated meditation versus coming straight into child's pose. So take a comfortable cross-legged seat and rest your hands on your knees, face down for grounding, face up for calmness, or you can take a mudra with all your fingertips touching together right in your lap for connectedness. And close your eyes after choosing your hand position. Oh, one more thing before we start. If you have trouble sitting comfortably in a cross-legged position, feel free to put a cushion or a book or something under your hips. And then take whichever hand position you want. Close your eyes. Breathe in and out of your nose. Start to notice the quality of your breath. As you bring your attention to your breath, as other thoughts arise, acknowledge they're there. You don't have to do anything special with them. You don't have to focus on them or deny them. Just acknowledge they're there. And then place your attention back on your breath. Breathe all the way down into your feet and into your ankles. See if you can notice any color that would be associated with that part of your body. And then move up to your knees. Notice any color or quality they may have. And then move your breath up to your hips. And then up into your belly button, into your core. Notice what qualities are associated with your strong core that does all of this wonderful work, holding you up, holding you in place. And move your breath up into your heart and into your chest. Feel the expansion and contraction of your ribs. And breathe into your shoulders. Feel, are they tight? Are they ooey gooey already? And then move your breath down into your elbows, and into your hands and your fingers. And send the breath up into your throat, and up into your head, into your face, and into your third eye. Relax your face, relax your jaw. And breathe into your entire body. Breathe in that relaxation and stillness. Softly open your eyes. Release whatever hand position or mudra you may have taken. And come into a child's pose with your toes together and your knees wide at the back of your mat. Stretch your fingertips out in front of you. And breathe into your hips once more. And with an inhale, come onto your hands and knees. Place your wrists under your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. And breathe up into cow pose and pull your belly button in and your front ribs together as you arch into cat pose, articulated with your entire spine in each movement, inhaling for cow and exhaling for cat, clawing down into the mat on cat like you're an actual cat. Spread your collarbones wide with each cow. And then come to a neutral spine. Inhale your right hand forward. Inhale your left leg back. Extend through your heel to engage your hamstring and lift your leg higher to the ceiling. Inhale to lengthen and lift, and exhale to hug in. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to hug in. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to hug in. One more time. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to hug, and then release. Inhale your left arm long in front of you. Inhale your right leg behind you. Push out through your heel to engage your hamstring and lift both limbs higher. And then exhale to crunch underneath your body. Inhale to extend and exhale to crunch. Inhale to extend and exhale to crunch. Inhale, extend, exhale, crunch, and then release. With an inhale, press up to your downward facing dog. Bring the pit of your belly in and up and press your heels toward the mat so you can hinge from your hips and send your hips high to where the wall meets the ceiling behind you. Press through the base knuckles of your hands and into your fingertips and roll your biceps in and up to integrate your shoulders and take some of the stress and strain out of your down dog. It's not to say you don't want to work, but you don't want any of that sharp strain in your joints. You want the strain to be in the muscles between your joints, strengthening them and lengthening them so you become stronger and more flexible each time we do these poses like this. With an inhale, reach your right heel high. With an exhale, stack and open up your hips. Take any motions with your knee that feel good. If you want to circle it out left and right, circle out your ankle. Bring some motion into these joints. Then extend your leg back long and set her down. Inhale your left heel high. Press out through that heel again to get your hamstring lifting up. Then bend your knee and stack and open up your hips. Circle your knee, circle your ankle. Like once again, taking any of those motions that feel good to you and that help to warm up your hip joints in this pose, that honor your body and what you need in your warm up. Extend your leg long and bring it back down. Inhale, lift your right leg high again and bring your foot to your right hand in a low lunge. Press out through both of your heels and squeeze your inner thighs together so you can open up your chest in between your shoulders. And then bring your back knee down and sink into a half split. This may feel a little bit early in the practice to be doing a half split here. And what I'm offering to you is to imagine yourself going even deeper and painting that picture in your head of flexing lower and lower in your half split and stretching out your hamstring. And that'll actually help you strengthen and become more flexible and set you on the road to getting there. Inhale, come back up to your low lunge and bring your foot back into a high plank. Hug in and press out through your heels and down through your hands to hug your muscles into bone, becoming super strong and super light. And then roll onto the edge of your left foot and lift your right hand up for side plank. Bring your gaze to look up at your right thumb as you pin the little tips of your shoulder blades together on your back and lift your hips a little bit higher. Inhale, reach up, look up, and exhale to high plank. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, lower down to your low plank. Inhale into our first up dog of the day. Spread your collarbones wide and press down to the tops of your feet to stretch out your hip flexors. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Lift your left leg high. With an exhale, step it by your left hand. We're now in our low lunge. Press out through your heels and hug your inner thighs together to firm up your legs and bring your chest through your shoulders. One more big inhale here to lengthen. Then exhale, drop your back knee and melt into a half split on the left. Once again, imagine the whole back of your leg, that hamstring, even maybe your calf, definitely your gluteus medius back there, is getting stronger and longer and warming up right into this. Actually, it's a word, if it's really hot where you are, like it is where I am, it's actually really a good time to be noticing if the stretch is happening in your joints or in your muscles. If it's happening mostly in your joints, just back out a little bit. You don't need to be a hero, and you don't really want to stretch out your ligaments and tendons too much. So come back up to the low lunge, and then step back into your high plank. Press out and down to firm up and grow light. Bring your gaze forward in front of the mat. And then rock onto the outside of your right foot and raise your left hand high into side plank on the left. Inhale and look up at your left thumbnail. Hug in to grow even higher. Inhale, look up, and exhale, high plank. And this time, just press right back to your down dog. And then walk your feet, your hands back to your feet. That's what they're called. These are hands. And take your first ragdoll, capturing opposite elbows. And then start first with your toes turned in and your heels facing out. And take a few breaths here. And now turn so your toes are facing out and your heels are in. And resume your forward fold, allowing the crown of your head to drop low toward the ground. Turning our toes out can sometimes put or alleviate stress on the knees, and also just stretch a little bit of a different way on the back of our legs. Once again, we do things for the way we do them because that's like with the toes turned in, because that's the biggest benefit to the rest of your practice. But sometimes it's good to take things the other way too and just experience the difference and just the contrast. Then release your arms and heel toe your feet together. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Then inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Look up, bring your abs together. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. And we'll open with our super fun, delicious Om. Inhaling for Om. Om. Reach up, look up, and exhale, hugging in, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale, step back to your high plank. Take an inhale here to lengthen out, and exhale to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Now we'll flow our Sun A series, taking it a little bit slow, but not too slow, because we have some other stuff to do in this class. So inhale, look forward, and exhale, step or jump to your hands. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale to fold forward. Inhale, go up and back, reach up, look up between your hands, and exhale to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, step back, high plank to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump to your hands. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale to fold forward. Inhale, rise up, hug everything in as you go up and back, and exhale to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, step or jump back, high plank to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. We'll do one more. Inhale, look forward. Exhale to step or jump to your hands. Inhale to halfway lift, And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, stretch up, spread your fingertips wide. And exhale to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step or jump back, high plank to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. We'll throw a few sun bees in there too. Always a good idea to warm up those hips. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump to your hands. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale to forward fold. Hips low, chest high, come up into chair just for a breath here. And exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step or jump back, high plank to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward with an inhale. Come up to your warrior one. Sink down into your front leg. Raise your hands up overhead, turning your pinkies in to bring your biceps up by your ears. And hug your outer hips in to give yourself some lift from the ground up. Inhale and look up. And exhale, open up to warrior two. Bringing your right foot so that the arch, or your left foot, so that the arch of it is in line with the heel of your right foot. Inhale to stretch out and deepen. Exhale to stay. And flip your right palm. Inhale, go up and back. And exhale, cartwheel down. Chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward. And with an inhale, rise up. Inhale to lift. And exhale to hug your hips in and sink down. With your hips hugged in, you can access an even greater lift. And turn your pinkies in, extending your arm muscles away from your shoulder joint to lengthen out those arms. Inhale, look up, lift up, and exhale, open up to warrior two, bringing that arch in line with your front heel. Inhale to express out, exhale to hug and stay. And flip your left palm and inhale, go up and back, reverse your warrior. And exhale, cartwheel down, chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale to step or jump to your hands. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale to forward fold. Inhale, hips low, hands high, up into chair. And exhale to melt over your shins. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale, step or jump back, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog, keeping a soft bend in your elbows. And exhale to downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward. Inhale as you rise, come up to warrior one. Exhale, open out to warrior two. Inhale, go up and back. And exhale to cartwheel down, chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward. Inhale to rise. Exhale to open. Flip your palm and go up and back. And exhale, cartwheel down, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. We'll flow through that one more time, one breath to movement. So inhale, look forward. And exhale, step or jump to your hands. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale to forward fold. Inhale, hips low, hands high, come on up into chair pose. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step or jump back, high plank to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, inhale up into warrior one, lift up. Then exhale, open out and lengthen. Inhale, go up and back. And exhale to cartwheel down. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward. Inhale, come up, reach high. Exhale, open up and stretch out. Inhale, go up and back. And exhale to cartwheel down. High plank to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Lift your right heel high. Press out through that heel to lift up through your hamstring. And then exhale, step through. And rise up to crescent lunge. Press out through both of your heels and hug your outer hips in so you can lift up. Then exhale, bring your hands to heart center and twist to the right. Press into your hands and out through both heels again to peel your chest up to the ceiling, hugging in with your outer hips so you can find some lightness in this pose too. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to press and twist. One more big breath. Stay with me through the exhale. And then inhale, come up, back up to center. And exhale, open up into warrior two. And of course, our friendly reminder that wobbles and bobbles are you lengthening and learning, and your body figuring out what's going on in these poses. Press down through both of your heels and drag them together to give you that same lifting support that we've been looking for in our crescent lunges and such. Then press down firmly through your left foot to straighten it. Inhale, go up and back and reverse your warrior. And then exhale, come on down to a triangle pose after I put my hair in a ponytail because I am not kidding about the temperature today, everyone. Woo! Yeah. So then stretch forward and come down into your triangle pose. Hug in to express out that push and pull that we seek in all of our yoga poses, also known as stira and sukha, the effort and ease. And then hug in and bring a soft bend to your right knee. Put your weight in your right foot and get light in that left foot. And then launch forward into your half moon pose. Feel free to grab a prop that can help you touch the floor or start to work on your balance, which once again, not quite there for me today. And that's okay. Some days we get it, like when I'm alone in the park with the dog and there's no camera rolling and no students watching. So that's always fun. Anyways, lift up and hold. And then start to bend your right leg softly again and step all the way back into a low lunge. Inhale your right hand up for an easy twist, pressing out through both of your heels and hugging your outer hips in for that extra lift that allows you to open just a little bit more. And inhale, look up, and exhale, bring your hand to the mat. Step back to high plank. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. Lift your left heel high. Press out through your heel and lift up through your hamstring. Get that leg a little bit higher. Then exhale, step through. And with an inhale, rise up into crescent lunge. Pressing out through your heels and hugging your outer hips in to find lift and length. Then bring your hands to heart center and twist open to the left. Press your feet into the ground to lift up and press your hands together to twist open and look up at the ceiling. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist. Woo! Now wiggle your stance farther apart so that your heel can stack over your toe ball mound. That's really where we're trying to work toward in crescent lunge. And so it's just something to keep in mind in all of your poses, that while there is an ideal to work toward, we do want to keep moving in that direction. You also want to take care of yourself, and all of our bodies are different. On that note, let's come back through our center and then open up into warrior two. Hug in to grow light and express out, extending through your fingertips. And then press into your left foot to straighten it. Inhale, go up and back with your left hand. And then exhale, come into your triangle pose. You want to put your hair into a ponytail again on the side, feel free, but mine's still working out, so I'm going to skip that this round. Bring your front ribs together to raise your arm high and to send your hips back toward your right heel. Start to bend your left knee, placing the weight into the four corners of that foot. Get your prop aligned to the left side if you need to. And then launch up into our half moon pose on the left. Lifting up through your left hip and turning your gaze to meet your right thumb on the ceiling above you. And then start to bend your left knee softly and reach back, back, back with your right leg and land in our low lunge. Inhale your chest forward and hug your outer hips in to grow light. And then inhale your left hand up toward the ceiling. Inhale your chest forward and exhale to twist open. Bring the pit of your belly in and up to lift it off of your thigh. Even if it doesn't quite make it all the way off, it's that hugging in that will make your abs stronger and leaner and more able to support your upper body in this pose. Reach up and look up, and then exhale, bring your hand to the mat and step back for high plank to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale to step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift, and exhale to fold. And with an inhale, come all the way up to standing. Raise your arms overhead, and then bring your right hand to your side and capture your left ankle for dancer. Bring your belly in and find some lift up, and then kick out. Keep your right knee in line with your right hip in order to get the best stretch possible in that leg, and also to protect your knee. Hug your outer hips in and roll your shoulders onto your spine to express out. And bring your gaze up to where the ceiling meets the wall. Inhale, stretch up even more. Exhale to hold. I love dancer pose because this is a great balance of flexibility and strength in this pose. And it's kind of a fun balance challenge with this little bit of counter stretch on your right arm. Release and come to center. And instead of setting your foot down, come into your tree pose, placing your foot at either your shin or up on your inner thigh, just not at your knee, and press your hands together. And if you fall out, as always, just come right back in. Woo! I've been trying out this thigh placement in tree recently because I feel like I'm at a point where I can grow beyond the calf placement. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And as our class topic was yesterday and even a little bit Monday, being in choice is such a powerful part of yoga. You can try for a bigger pose, Stretch your hands up, grow your branches, reach for the ceiling. Find a little back bend. And you can always come back out. Come into a modification or come into a little less intense version of the pose. It's always available to you. So even though the theme today is restoration, you can put your foot down, prepare for dancer on the left, bring your right arm up and your left one down to capture your left ankle from the inside of your left hand. Inhale up and begin to kick. And there's, what I was about to say is, there's not really any risk or harm or judgment or anything with trying out some of these level ups that I offer, because the comfortable safe space, the attainable reach, the restorative option is always going to be there for you. You can even skip some of these poses if you want. Say if your low back's not really treating you right and I put you in a warrior 3, you can tell me to go to hell and take a child's pose. Or just do airplane with your arms in a different position. Less straight on your back. Hug in and lift up even more. Exhale to stay. Inhale to lift. Exhale to hug. And then come into your tree on the left. And maybe if you didn't try for your thigh on the other side, and this side's feeling a little bit better, you can go for it here. And you're always welcome to keep trying and keep failing. And the failure is the learning of the whole thing. And then you can take another level up. Try again. Grow your branches. Look up between your hands. Hug in to lift up and ground down through that strong right foot to find more height in this tree pose. Maybe even start to look for that back bend. Go back, look behind you. And inhale, come back up. And release your left foot down. Inhale to reach up and look up and really stretch out away from your joints. Make your side body so long. Then exhale, hands to heart center. Fold all the way down. Inhale to halfway lift, extend your spine long. And exhale to fold. Separate your feet out, do a little heel toe thing like you're doing the dance from Breakfast Club. And come into your prasarita, your wide-legged side facing forward bend. You can take any hand variation you want here, whether you want to reach for the edge of the mat behind you, capture your toes with your peace sign fingers, or even go into your tripod headstand. Today, I'm choosing the peace sign fingers because I tried a couple of options and this is the one that feels the best right now. And release your fingers, come up to a halfway lift, and then stand all the way up. Turn your toes out to point toward the opposite corners of your mat, and press through your heels to sink down into your goddess pose. Activate your quadriceps, and then activate your hamstrings. And with both of these big muscles hugging strongly under your bones, you can start to sink down a little bit more. And we talked a little bit about how yoga stimulates your vagus nerve and promotes peristalsis. And I just think this is it's kind of funny that one of the names for this pose is goddess and the other is horse, because this pose makes me toot almost every time, and I don't know if I feel more like a horse or a goddess. So on that note, pick up your right heel and set it down. Pick up your left heel, set it down, and then gather up your abs and pick up both of your heels and settle your hips even lower. Press out through your inner leg bones. Man, my words are not coming that easy today. Inhale and sink a little bit lower. Raise those arms overhead, level it up, raise that heart rate, and then put your heels down and stand all the way up. Turn your toes in, and it's time to clasp your hands behind you and lift your chest up. And then with a flat back,
Begin to fold over into your prasarita, letting your knuckles fall gently over your head. You can bring a soft bend to your knees and press through your heels to give your shoulders a bit more space to open up here. Release your grip. Heel toe your feet back together. Take a halfway lift and stretch your spine long, and then plant your hands back and step back high plank to low plank. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. And come to your knees, and let's take a camel. So to set up for camel, you can either have your feet flat on the ground or tuck your toes under, whichever feels good to you today. Then bring your hands to your low back like you're gonna stick them in your jeans pockets. Hug your belly and bring your front ribs together. And keeping your chin tucked, inhale your heart high and start to find a back bend. Keeping your chin tucked in will protect your neck until you get to the maximum height that you can. And then you can start to release your head back and feel your throat open up. If this pose feels really exciting or panicky, you can always tuck your chin in and start to come out a little bit. And tuck your chin and let's all come up. And then sit back on your heels. Place your palms up to receive the energy from the room. Take a moment to sit. And then sit up for your second camel. Come back to your knees. Press the front of your pelvis forward and put your hands in those little pockets again. And inhale your chest up, hugging your elbows together. And start to go up and look back, looking for the wall behind you. Tuck your chin and inhale, come up. And exhale, sink back down onto your hips, placing your hands open and offering on your thighs. And close your eyes. Take a minute of contemplation here. And open your eyes and come onto your belly. And prepare to do a few belly back bends. Bring your chin to center, flip your palms down, and inhale, come up into locust pose. Press out through your heels and engage your hamstrings to lift your legs high off the ground. Engage your quadriceps to dig your pubic bone into the ground and ratchet up a little bit higher, lifting 2 more ribs off the ground. And then exhale, release either ear to the mat. And bring your chin to center, flip your hands over, and inhale up into second locust. Press out through your heels to raise those legs high, high, high. Peel your chest up, crunch up, bring your gaze up, and then exhale, release. Bring your other ear to the mat. Kick your ankles up and catch them with your hands from the outside or from the inside if your shoulders are feeling really mobile. Mine aren't. Then inhale, kick up. Lift your legs. Lift your heels toward the ceiling and spread out all 10 of your toes. Roll your shoulders onto your spine and hug your shoulder blades together to peel your chest open. Bring your gaze way up to the ceiling. And then exhale, release. Windshield wiper your legs back and forth to release your low back. And then flip on over for our back bends. So coming onto your back, set up for bridge. Without thinking too much about it, just go ahead and come up. By now you're thinking restorative. We've done back bends, now we're doing more back bends. I know she's gonna make me do wheel next. That's not very good for the mind. So let's restore our minds and take the panic out of it and come right into wheel. Press down to lift up, hugging your abs in, hugging your shoulder blades onto your back, peeling your chest open, just like in bow, and exhale, come all the way down. Give me a big inhale, give me a big exhale, and then come on up into your second wheel. Give wheel a shot, even if you usually tell me to go eat boogers and do bridge the whole time, just give it a shot today. You can always come down into bridge. Exhale, release. And with an inhale, come back up into your wheel. And exhale to release. We're gonna do 3 more wheels, guys. Hang in there with me. You can do it. And inhale, press up into wheel. Pull your heart through your shoulders by pressing down through your finger knuckles, through your fingertips. And then exhale, come down. Big inhale, big exhale. And then press down to rise up into bridge. Stretch out your hip flexors by pressing your knees toward the wall in front of you. And then exhale, release. We've got 1 more wheel. If I'm counting anything close to correctly with what I told you. So place your hands and feet on the mat and inhale up into 1 last big victorious wheel. Inhale, press up, and exhale, release, come all the way down. Supta Baddha Konasana with your feet together, knees wide, and take the upward facing hand, the raised hand position today. Feel the soles of your feet pressing together. If you're having difficulty with this, just move your legs farther away from your pelvis. And 1 point in the ceiling to look at. And hang out for a minute. And release your feet up to take that happy baby. Ufda. Ufda is maybe not a baby noise, but you know, fill in the blanks. And kick 1 leg out and the other. You roll your baby around. Roll it around. Stretch out those hammies we've been working. Get your guts moving. And then capture the back of your thighs. And rock and roll all along your spine. Rocking and rolling, giving yourself a nice little massage until we come on up into our boat pose, Navasana. Raise your chest up. Bring your front ribs together and lengthen the back of your neck toward the ceiling. And then exhale into our low boat. Seesaw your hands back and forth, reaching for one heel and then the other to give your obliques a workout in this low boat. We'll be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then come back up into high boat. If you're sweaty, your back might fart on the ground like me. This class is just all about farts. I'm sorry, it wasn't restoration, it's just farts. And then exhale into your low boat. Inhale into your high boat. Exhale to low boat. Inhale high. Exhale low. Inhale high. And then let's do some twists in our high boat. Low boat doesn't get to have all the fun with our obliques. So twist back and forth and back and forth. Woo! Back and forth. Back and forth. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then rock and roll a few more times. And then cross your legs And come into our downward facing dog. Raise your right leg high, open up your hip, and then extend it long and bring it through for a half pigeon. And just come right into your pigeon. No need to do anything fancy. If you close your eyes, open them and make your drishti soft on the ground below you. Walk your fingers a few more inches in front of you. Feel the lengthening in your side bodies as you press your left foot into the ground. And then softly press back up and move your leg back into down dog. Take a counter stretch again, get some blood flowing through your hip. Then bring your right foot down. Raise your left foot up. Open up your hip, stack it, get some movement in that hip flexor. And then bring your leg through for half pigeon on the left. Come right into it again on this side. Stretching your hands long in front of you and pressing down to the top of your right foot to lengthen out your side bodies. And press up to your downward facing dog. Once again, take that counter stretch on the left side. Really wiggle it out. And then come on down to a seat with your legs in front of you. Give a little smackaroo on the ground. Move your flesh out from under your buns. Then inhale, reach up. And exhale to fold over your legs. Reaching, reaching, reaching. And then pulling your feet towards you if you've got them. If you don't reach your feet, just grab something and pull yourself farther down onto your legs. Inhale, roll all the way up. And then bend your right leg and place your foot on the ground. Then bring it to the other side of your left leg. And put your elbow on the outside of this leg or grab around it. And place your hand behind you for a twist. A way to deepen the intensity is also to bend your left leg in. Just like this. And if that doesn't work for you, the leg extended is going to do all of the good work for you still. So inhale your chest up and bring your abs in. And exhale to look over your shoulder and twist. Grounding your sit bones. Grounding all the points of contact you have on the ground. And reaching up through the crown of your head to give you the most benefit from this twist. Release and come to center. Unwind your legs. Give a little tap on the ground again. And then prepare with your left leg. Bend that up and bring it to the other side of your right leg. Twist and turn around. And then make the choice if you want to bend your left leg in and take that modification or not. No matter where you are, ground down, hug your abs in, and lift the crown of your head up to give yourself more space to twist and allow more of your muscle fibers to get straightened and wrung out. And then release and come to center. And place your hands behind you with your fingertips facing your buns and take a reverse plank like so, or a reverse tabletop like so. Grounding down, pressing through your feet to lift your hips up to the ceiling. Let your head fall back and then take a lion's breath. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. It's called a lion's breath because we get to roar like a lion. And then release and come down onto your back. And place your hands under your buns and your elbows on the ground. Hugging in, pointing your toes, allowing the crown of your head to fall back till it touches the ground behind you for a fish pose. And then release your fish out from underneath you and come all the way to your back. Take an inversion of your choice. And you can do your shoulder stand, your legs up a wall, whichever you want, whichever gives you restoration. I was about to do a shoulder stand, y'all, and then I just put my hands under my buns and legs up the wall is right where I am today. I'm laying in a puddle of my own sweat with my drishti on the ceiling. And this is all of the reverse blood flow from my feet that I think I can handle right now. If you're in shoulder stand, come into your plow pose. Or, might be able to launch right from your waterfall pose if plow calls to you. Press down through your feet, send your hips high. And then come into your duck man's pose with your knees by your ears. And then slowly and carefully roll all the way down to the ground and prepare to take a supine twist. Bring your right knee into your right armpit. And then bring it over to the left and looking long over your right hand. And release and come to center. Switch legs, bringing your left leg in and extending your right leg long. Give it a squeeze. And then bring your leg across your body, extending your left arm long and bring your gaze over your left thumb. And release, come to center. Hug both of your knees in. Give a little roll around to your low back. Bring your forehead under your knees. And then release out into your final Shavasana. This is a corpse pose. That's what Shavasana, English name for it is. And take on the qualities of a corpse and just be here, exist. Don't think about your breath. Keep your eyes closed and come to a total stillness here at the end of the practice, allowing the benefits of all the work you just did to soak into your body. Similar to our meditation is how we started class. So you notice your thoughts coming and going during a Shavasana like this. Acknowledge them and allow them to pass by. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring those small bits of motion back into your body. And stretch way overhead, finding those length in your whole bod. Then roll onto your right or left side. Right for softness, left for strength. Following your instincts, whatever impulse you had. And keeping your eyes softly closed, press up to a seat. And bring your hands to heart center. Press your sternum into your thumbs and your thumbs into your sternum. And we'll close with one final Om. Inhale your thumbs to your third eye center. Press your third eye into your thumbs and your thumbs back into your third eye. The light in me sees and bows to the light in each one of you. Namaste. Woohoo! Well, thanks for watching again, guys, and hope you got some restorative qualities from that slightly slower class. And if it's also really hot where you are and you have a not the best cooling system worked out yet, I hope this can bring you a little bit of joyful sweat on such a hot day. So thanks again, and I'll see you tomorrow.